Don't be fooled, because we're going to do a pretty nice flow class using our chair as well. And I love it because the chair offers a little added support for us also. You likely don't have a yoga chair with the back out of it like I do, and that is okay. I would suggest, if you can, set your chair up kind of like I have mine. I have a blanket here because this is going to be for the knees. Like I said, we're going to turn this into more of a flow class as well. So it's going to be have a little bit of pairing the movement with the breath, which is not something that I try to focus on too much in a fast pace. We're not going to do it too fast, you know how I am. But I do want to start seated in a chair, for the reason of allowing the crown of your head to extend upwards and to kind of come to the edge of your seat. We all have a different seat. And rub your hands up and down your legs. And then I'll definitely turn my seat so that you can see me when we're seated, if we're doing anything that that seems like you need to see me for. Feel the axial extension of your spine, lengthening your spine towards the heavens as you feel rooted in the earth. And now bring your palms together at heart center, offering yourself gratitude for coming to your practice today, offering yourself a smile, and knowing that as you cultivate your own inner peace, that's the biggest part of the peace picture that you participate in. And so taking a few deep breaths. Now, when we think about cultivating inner peace, it is unrealistic to think you will never be irritated by anything. And so even loving the things, parts of yourself that get irritated, let's say, not the things that irritate you, but yourself, even as you're irritated at times. Saying to yourself, even a mantra, even though I am irritated or upset, or however it is you feel, I completely love and accept myself. This is how we cultivate, one way to cultivate inner peace. So finding your breath, taking a few deep breaths, and we're going to play with some movement from the chair, seated to start, reaching up as you inhale. And exhale your arms down. We're going to do some little wing movements with your arms. Turn your palms to face up. Inhale. And exhale. Now, as we do this a few times, and as we continue, I'm going to be cueing us through our breath a little bit, just to connect with it. But if at any point it feels uncomfortable to you to do that, just let your breath be natural. Let it be unconditioned. And the next time you reach up, pause there, continue to breathe. See if you can reach a little higher, axial extension, neutralizing your spine. And then take a deep breath in and exhale to twist. And inhale back to center, and exhale to twist in the other side. So as you inhale, you lift. And as you exhale, you twist. And that's a way to lengthen your spine, to sort of protect your spinal cord and your vertebrae. Finding that extension and the twisting. And as you twist, perhaps you're sinking both sits bones into your seat, into where the earth is rising up to meet you. And then that twist comes up your spine and maybe makes its way all the way up into your neck. And you might look over your shoulder. We'll do this one more time on each side. Again, just kind of moving with your breath. Coming back to center, continue to breathe as you reach, and then let your palms face away and lower your arms. Shoulders up to your ears and back down. We'll do this a few times. See if your breath wants to come with you. When you link your movement with your breath, that's considered this vinyasa style of yoga. A lot of what we do, I would call it, I like a lot of hatha yoga and gentle kinds of things. I like restorative stuff. We'll go the other direction with your movement. And vinyasa, I would call it like a gentle vinyasa, some stuff that we do. It's not really sun salutation based so much, but just movement and breath linked together can be quite helpful. Let your shoulders come up to your ears and relax them down. Step your feet a little further apart. Press your feet into the earth. And you're going to lean onto one leg. Let your palm face up and make some circles. Draw some circles with your fingers, tracing the moon. Press through each foot evenly and press through your sits bones, using breath and movement to help us cultivate peace. Sometimes that helps us to work out some of the tension in our minds, in our bodies. And we go the other direction. Feel into your rib cage, maybe all the way into the side of your body. And then let your arm come down. Bring your chin to your chest as you come back to a long spine. Lift the crown of your head, axial extension. So again, coming back to that place before you go to the other side. Let your palm face out and make some big circles. Of course, if the shoulder's bothered, smaller circles are great. I like to look down. I feel like that feels good on my neck. Go the other direction with your big circles. And then let your chin come to your chest, come back up to center. Let your head float up, lengthening your spine. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And here you are, sort of in a squat. I'd like for you to step your feet just a little closer. Hinge forward, reach out in front of you, and you're gonna lift yourself up, reaching all the way up, lengthening, and then you're going to sink your hips back down, reaching forward, bend into your knees and sink your hips and lift up. Reach forward, hinge at your hips, press through your feet, use your rocket boosters and extend. Reaching, and we're gonna do this one more time before we finish with a standing reaching, sitting and reaching. Hinge forward, lengthen your spine and lift and reach. Turn your palms to face away, lower your wings. And shake things out. Give yourself a little bit of movement here. Before we return to the chair, and I'm just gonna put my chair back where I'd like for your chair to be, supported by your sticky mat. I'm gonna put my blanket back where I'd like for your blanket to be, where your knee will eventually land. And I'm just gonna kind of bounce a little bit here. And bouncing, relaxing. And bring your hands to your hips. And make some circles. Maybe you step your feet wider to have my feet on the same height of surface. I'll just step off of the blanket. And get a few rotations of your waist. Wider feet gives you more space. And take up space. Go the other direction with your circles, waist. And coming up to a tall spine. Take a deep breath and let it go. Arms open up wide. Step your feet a little wider. Reaching, opening up like a big star, and then give yourself a hug. Bring your chin to your chest and breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Open back up. Take a big inhale and exhale as you give yourself a hug, continuing to breathe the other arm on top into your back body. And then open back up, let your arms come down. Give yourself a wiggle, shake things out, wrists and ankles. We're gonna return to our chair. I'm gonna stand on my blanket to start. I might need it a little further back. We're gonna kind of play with it with some lunges and some different kind of fancy footwork. So just work with what you got. I'll come into a tabletop with the chair. Your hips are over your ankles, wrists are under, hips are over your ankles, wrists are under your shoulders. Cows and cats. This to me is a great way to stretch my hamstrings and kind of stretching all the way down the backs of my legs. Also, using the chair for cows and cats is a nice option for also if your wrists and hands or knees are bothered by being in tabletop on the ground. And even for myself, which I don't have any issue with my hands or my wrists. I don't have any issue with my knees on the ground. And this still to me feels really good. I like having the earth come up to meet me. It encourages me to feel a bit more supported, to find a little more economy of effort. We're going to find a neutral spine. And now we're gonna look over each shoulder, happy puppy, lifting your hip towards your shoulder and then going to the other side, getting a squeeze and a stretch. Evening out each side. Now return to your neutral spine. Bring your left hand under your face, bend your left knee. Keep your right leg straight. Bring your hand to your right hip and then open twist. And if it feels good, you could extend your arm with your fingertips towards the ceiling. And then bring your hand back down, straighten your left leg, bend your right knee, bring your right hand under your face. And your left hand comes to your left hip and you open twist. If it feels good, you extend your arm. Being conscious of your arm extending, your fingertips towards the ceiling. And come back to your tabletop. Just step back into a downward facing dog with your feet wide. Give yourself space. Press your hands into the seat. You can wiggle a little. Let your head relax. And take a deep breath and let it go. You're going to step your feet together. And if you have space, which I don't really have much space, but if you have space, you could extend your right leg back behind you. You might lift your back leg like a three-legged dog, bend your right knee a little to give yourself some support, and then bend your right knee and bring it in towards your nose and press your foot back out. So this becomes kind of like a spinal balance. Bring your knee into your nose and press it back out. Maybe it just goes back down to the floor. The next time, bring your knee to your nose and then step your right foot forward. So now we have a lunge. Lift your back heel. You're gonna step your back foot a little further back, bend into your front knee. You're gonna bring your back knee to the ground. So here you are in that lunge that I like us to find a lot. And your knee might go further back. It might come further forward. Let the top of your back foot come down to the ground. Scooch my blanket back. And we'll play with that a lunge and then stretching over your front leg using the chair. So, and then move with your breath. See if your inhale wants to come with you and your exhale. Folding forward works nicely with exhalations, I think. Giving yourself an opportunity to come into your breath. Now coming back into your lunge with your hands on the chair, your knee over top of your ankle, curl your back toes under, lift your back knee. Now you're in a crescent lunge. This is a trickier posture than being a little more open. So we're going to actually open up, spiral your back heel down. You can kind of raise your left arm, let your fingertips reach towards the sky. So you're sort of in a side lunge, lifting through your fingertips. Maybe you start to straighten your front leg and you turn this into a triangle. Your chest, your hips are facing forward, or facing the left side. You're opening. This is an open stance. Now bring your hand back down. Spiral your back heel upwards. So all 10 toes face forward and step forward. Lengthen your spine. Let your crown of your head go towards the wall in front of you. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees a little. Bring your chin to your chest and lift yourself all the way up. Now you're just standing there all nice and accomplished. Mountain pose. See how you feel. You're gonna have a similar experience on the other side, so you sort of know what to expect now, which can be helpful. Find a smile. Bring your palms to heart center, to Anjali Mudra, offering gratitude to yourself. Even repeating that mantra, maybe, even though I sometimes feel, however it is, that you don't enjoy, I completely love and accept myself. And reach your arms up. Take a deep breath in and fold as you exhale. Halfway lifted spine, let your spine be long, and step both feet back to find downward facing dog, and let your breath be natural. Maybe find that wider down dog again. And then step your toes together. If you have space, you could lift your left foot up. I just don't because I'm a wall. And then bring your knee in towards your nose. Sort of shift forward as you do that. Press your foot back. Knee to nose. You sort of shift forward a little when you do that. And last time, pressing your foot out, knee to nose, and then step your foot forward. So the chair also gives us more space for this kind of excitement. Lift your back heel and find that lunge and lower your back knee down. You play around with where it goes. The top of your foot comes down, open up your chest. Take a big breath in and exhale as you fold forward, and inhale as you open up, kind of playing with this movement. Maybe your foot is off to the side a little bit more. That's going to give you a little more space. Again, taking up space can feel nice. It's also going to give you a different sensation on your leg. When I walk my left foot out to the side a little bit more, it's kind of like a lizard pose, and it feels kind of nice when I stretch over it. Next time you come into your lunge, curl your back toes under. Your left knee is over your ankle. Lift yourself up. And we're gonna find an opening here. We're gonna find that side angle. Spiral your back heel down. Keep your left hand on the seat and maybe open up. Maybe you reach your arm up and you start to sort of straighten your front leg a little to find a triangle. You can play around with this, and it feels tight in your inner leg. You can keep it bent as much as you'd like. It's just easier to find this. It's more accessible to find an openness. Bring your hand back down, spiral your back heel up, and step forward. Lengthen your spine. So you're in L shape over your mat. And then bend your knees a little. Bring your hands to your hips, bring your chin to your chest, and lift yourself the rest of the way up. Here you are, and you've done both sides. You're nice and balanced. Mountain pose. Feeling rooted through the earth, lifted by the crown of your head. Bring your palms together. Take a deep breath and let it go. Even though sometimes I feel however it is, I completely love and accept myself. Reach up and fold forward. Halfway lifted spine, and pause here. Continue to breathe, knowing that we're not going to bring our back knee down this time when we play around. We're going to kind of evolve some of those more standing open postures. So just play around here. Enjoy your movement. Take a deep breath and let it go. Maybe you sort of fold forward and then step your left foot back. Okay, so we're coming into our lunge without the back knee on the ground. Open your chest. Now spiral your back heel down. Let your right hand come to the chair. Open twist, so that side angle. And this time maybe you rotate your arm at the shoulder and reach your fingertips over. You're going to turn this into a reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg, lift your arm up and reach up, and your other arm lifts. Right arm, fingertips towards the sky. Look down at your lower foot. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Warrior two, bend into your front knee. Look over your front fingertips, opening your chest, opening everything up towards kind of that wall. Straighten your front leg. Make your way into triangle with your hand on the chair. So your leg is as straight as it can be. I'm going to bring my hand to my hip to open my chest. Wherever you are, take a deep breath and let it go. Bring your hand back to the chair. Lift your back heel, all 10 toes face forward, and then step forward, halfway lifted spine. You're going to breathe here for a few breaths. Maybe you fold forward if that feels good. I kind of like this halfway lift. It feels good to me. It lets me let my shoulders release from my ears. And then take a nice exhale. And step your right foot back for that lunge. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Spiral your back heel down and open up. Rotate your arm at the shoulder so your palm faces inward. And your fingertips to the upper corner of your room, side angle. I'm going to turn this into reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg, reach yourself up, and your other arm reaches up. Look down at your back hand as you reach. Take a deep breath and exhale into warrior two. Continue to breathe. Straighten your front leg. Take a deep breath in and exhale into triangle. Continue to breathe. Let your hand come to your hip. Open your chest. Find a smile, being kind to yourself. And bring your hand back down. Lift your back heel. Step your back foot forward and find a fold. You can remove that little blanket from your feet. You can kind of breathe here, and you walk your feet a little further away from each other. You might even interlace your fingers. We're just going to be here for a moment, kind of letting your head and neck relax a little. Find a smile. And take a deep breath and let it go. Walk your feet closer towards each other. Bring your hands to your chair for that halfway lifted spine. I've been doing that a lot. It's a great way to kind of stretch through the back of your body and to lengthen your spine. And bring your chin to your chest, your hands to your hips, and lift yourself up. Let your shoulders come up to your ears and roll down. Mountain pose. And find a smile. We're gonna make our way to play with some balance using the chair. Approach the chair and shift your weight over to your left leg. Let your right foot come to the chair. And you can use the back of the chair to support yourself. And your hands come to your upper leg, and you're like a captain of a ship looking out into the ocean. Your shoulders stacking over your hips, hips over the one ankle. Very, very nice balancing posture. Now, if you feel energized, if our activity felt good and you want to keep it going, you might lift your arms up overhead. But you can always keep your hands on your legs. And if your arms are up, really being intentional with them. And if you feel quite balanced here, taking an inhale, you might exhale into a twist in the direction of your leg. Bring your hand to the hip, the other hand to the knee. Continue to breathe, pressing your hip forward, lengthening, and allowing your twist to come from that kind of thoracic spine. And then come back to center, reach your arms up. And bring your hands down to the chair. Lizard with the chair. Walk your right foot out to the side. Let your knee fall out to the side. Let your foot face inward. And maybe you start to let your upper body release forward. You might bring your hands to the seat of the chair. I really like lizard with the chair because it gives you that lizard stretch without the pressure on the knees. Gives you more space. Just it's kind of fun. We use props to create more accessibility, to create greater space, to create greater sense of support. Wherever you are, let your jaw relax, take a deep breath, and let it go. I'm gonna bring your hands maybe to the upper part of the chair, step your foot down, and then let your other foot come up to the chair. You're gonna have that balancing pose first. Really engaging your hip, your ankle. Let your hands use your upper leg, and you're this captain of the ship, and you're looking out in front of you, feeling nice and engaged. And maybe you reach your arms up if you feel balanced, lengthening your spine regardless of if your arms are lifted or down. Lift through your spine and twist in the direction of your leg, bent leg. Let your left hand perhaps come to your hip, pressing that hip forward, lengthen through your spine and twist and look over your shoulder. Coming back to center, maybe you reach up. And bring your hands down to the back of the chair. Walk your left foot out to the side. Let your left knee open up. Let your upper body release. Lizard with the chair. Of course, stretching your hip flexors is always so helpful for your low back as well. This is a great one to do if you're like taking a stroll in a park and there's a bench. It's nice, do it. See how you feel. You might feel even more limbered up afterwards. Now lift yourself to tall arms. Step that foot down. Come to standing all the way up and just kind of shake things out. I want to do another balance using the chair. I want to do balancing half moon. We opened our body up a lot. We opened up our hip flexors, and we're going to play with it to just see how it feels. The way I would like for you to do it, you can use your chair so that the back of the chair is going to have one hand, and whatever hand is on the back of the chair, that's the leg that's going to lift. Your other hand is going to come to the seat of the chair, and that hand is going to have your balancing leg. So what I like to do is, since my chair is so light, I'll flip it around. But sometimes, and what I'm going to do for the sake of those who have maybe heavier chairs, I'm just going to walk to the other side to do the same thing. So I'm going to stand and mounted in front of my chair that's in the middle of my mat. I'm going to bring my hand to my upper, or to the back of the chair. My knee starts to bend, and bring my other hand to the seat of the chair. And then I'm going to start to lift my leg. Now, this is where you can sort of lift yourself up. You're able to open yourself up. And you could keep your hands on the chair. That's what I like to do. You might, if you feel like you would like to, you could bring your forearm down to the chair, or you could keep your hand on the chair, which is what I'm going to do. And you're really pressing through your foot. You're opening up. This gives you an opportunity to use this balancing pose, balancing half moon. And then you're breathing, and then bring your foot back down and lift yourself up. I'm going to dance around to the other side of my chair and get there. And I'm going to have to probably scooch it up a little bit. And this time, mountain pose again. It's a neutralizing place to be. That's what it's for. Bring a hand to the back of the chair, bend my other knee and bring my hand to the seat. And then start to lift your leg. You might just be right here, or you might start to open up. Allow yourself to open, to be supported by the chair so that you can engage your foot. And yeah, it feels nice. I like it because it's freeing. We feel more, when we are able to be more supported, sometimes we feel more free. Let your foot come back to the ground, lift yourself up. And we're going to do this one more time on each side. So I'm going to just go to the other side. Now you know what to expect. You know what to expect, and that can be nice too. Standing in front of your chair, neutralizing yourself with mountain pose. And then you know what to expect. You start to get there and you lift your leg and maybe you open it up. And maybe if you feel really balanced by your hand on the chair, you might lift your arm and turn this into sort of that full expression. Yeah, you might put your hand back down, you might put your leg back down. let your hand come down, your leg come down. Other side. Dance over there. Walls. Neutralize yourself through your mountain pose. And make your way into your balancing half moon. Press through your foot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Maybe you lift your arm. Maybe this is the side you don't lift your arm. It's totally up to you. There's no, it's what's beneficial is learning your body and working with it and breathing. That's the benefit. Everything else just is what it is, depending upon your experience. Bring your hand down, your foot down. Back to standing and kind of bounce a little. Let some tension go. In fact, we're going to place your chair where you had it on the edge of your mat. We're going to use it for legs, for a supported waterfall with a little chest opener too. So you're gonna kind of bounce around a little bit. We're gonna do some arm sweeps, so be sure you're not gonna whack anything. Let your arms swing forward and back, kind of let your whole body become a little floppy when you do it. I find that to feel nice after more intense poses, more hatha, yoga asanas. And all let things go, wiggle, wiggle. Sink your feet into the ground, and now twisties. Gentle twisties, releasing strain and pressure from your hips. From your back. If it feels good, you can let your front hand hit your chest and your back hand hit your kidney adrenal line, knocking on the door of life. Tapping such a tool in our toolbox, just kind of patting different areas of the body whenever there's tension, or becoming more educated in acupressure is a fun thing if it interests you. But we don't have to intellectualize it. You can just feel. You feel how you do. Just like that whole idea of even though, and you can say this to yourself, even though sometimes I feel, name that that you are uncomfortable with sometimes. I love and accept myself. Telling us that we should always just feel positive feelings is just as silly as saying that we have to clear our minds. It's impossible. We can work with things. We can work with ourselves in realistic ways. Coming back to center, give yourself a wiggle. Take a deep breath and let it go. Just feel how you do. I'm going to play with this waterfall in a couple different ways. The first way is actually a chest opener. Now, I'm going to take my blanket, and I know everybody has a different blanket, but I have this blanket that I fold in such a way, and you've all seen it a million times. And I'm going to fold it so that it's nice and smooth, so that this edge here, which is my shoulder blades are going to be on the ground, is going to be towards my shoulder blades. I could have two blankets, which is going to give me more of a chest opener. So if I took two blankets, it's okay if they're not the same blanket, and I want to stack them, I definitely, even if they're not the same blanket, I want that flatter edge, or that more rounded edge rather, that even edge to be more towards where my head is going to go. Then I'm going to sit on my blankets, and I'm going to bring my legs over the chair. My bum and my low back are on the blankets. And now my shoulder blades come off of the blankets. I want my shoulder blades on the ground. I want my shoulders on the ground. And this becomes a chest opener. You could call it flowing waterfall, where you have your legs are elevated, and then there's an elevation in your pelvis, and then your heart is a little lower. Now, if this feels uncomfortable for any reason, I guess not your heart, but your head is a little lower, then lift your hips and remove your blankets, which we will eventually do. But for right now, if this feels good to you, you're like, oh God, this feels good. And I hope that is how you feel. Again, if you do not, remove them. Get them out of there. And you just want to breathe naturally. We don't want to do any pranayama when we're in this posture right now. We just don't want to do anything specific with our breath. We want to just breathe naturally. Deep breaths are fine. You know, rocking your head a little might feel really nice. And this gives you the action of kind of a supported bridge to some degree. But I find that many people who have issues with their low back like this better because their low back has greater support. There are a variety of ways that we could do this posture, but this can just be very nourishing and nurturing. Of course, having your legs elevated is helpful for the venous return of your blood towards your heart, so it helps your heart work, not have to work as hard. It's helpful for your lymph draining, your lymph in your body, the lymph from your legs, from your lower body, you know, like all the way from your legs up to your belly, has to drain through the left side of your chest. So it has to make its way back up, just like your blood. You know, you think of you're upright all day long, and your heart has to work really hard to get your blood to make its way back up to be processed. So this is taking pressure off of your heart. It's a great restorative posture. It's nourishing for your kidneys, for your adrenal glands. It's a nice thing to do. So we're going to be here for just another moment or two. And sometimes finding restorative postures after a more active practice can help you relax a little more. Got to get out them jitters. Get them out. So now you're going to press through your legs, keep your neck long, maybe bring your chin to your chest, lift your hips, and remove the blankets from under you. Return your spine to the ground, and it feels different, and you wiggle a little. Maybe you bring a blanket, one of your blankets. You could bring it under your head. That can feel nice, under the back of your head. And wiggle a little. Well, we're going to find a figure 4 stretch using the chair. Another reason I like having the chair is for figure 4 stretch is because it allows your neck and shoulders to relax as you do this. So cross your left ankle over your right knee. You can just stay there, or you can start to draw your right heel in. Maybe it catches on the edge of the chair. Your chair being on the sticky mat will make that happen a lot easier than if your chair is on the carpet or the wood floor or whatever. Also, chair against the wall works good. My chair's pushing away. I've obviously done something incorrectly, because I'm a person too. And you smile and you laugh, and it's okay. It's okay to feel however you feel. Take a deep breath and let it go. Let your back body relax on the earth. Let your body be supported. Let yourself relax. just like at the beginning of our class before we started talking about Peace Pilgrim. And her message was not a religious message. It was one of peace in general. She was not a religiously trained person. She actually found her peace when she was walking in nature. She was the first woman to walk the entire Appalachian Trail, by the way. She did it as a flip-flop, which is one way to do it, where you start in the middle and head north and then go down to the bottom and head south. People do that. It's a nice way to do it. But in nature was where she found her inspiration for her walk across the country and her message of peace. I'm gonna switch sides, let your other leg extend, crossing your right ankle over your left knee and bring your heel up. Maybe get the chair back on there. Yeah, get yourself that nice stretch. And that was 1951, and that was during the Korean War, because there's always seeming to be wars and conflicts, and it's nothing new. And, people are struggling all over the world, and how can we contribute to that peace picture? And I love what she said. It was finding inner peace. If everyone found inner peace, there would be no need for conflict, no need for war, no need for competition, no need for all of the kind of difficulties that humanity experiences. And it begins with ourselves, it just does. Knowing that cultivating your sense of inner peace contributes to that total peace picture. Allowing yourself to feel how you do and loving and accepting yourself. That is how we can cultivate inner peace. With a little less resistance to ourselves. Let your legs extend and make any other movements that feel good to you as you make your way into your final relaxation. We're gonna do this, I'm gonna do this with the supported waterfall. You're welcome to come down into your regular Shavasana if that feels better to you. This would be a time to do it, to kind of get the chair out of the way and get yourself into your place of restoration. You have glasses, remove them off to the side. And you've done a lot of work. We played a little bit with the breath, with movement. We did a lot of physical stuff, talked about things, and it's really very, very much time for you to rest. You might let your hands rest on your belly. What I like to do, and let your eyes and jaw soften, let your forehead relax. Sigh. With each exhalation, letting yourself soften. And knowing that wherever your mind goes, it's okay to be kind to yourself, to cultivate that inner peace. And that beginning of cultivation of inner peace is being kind to yourself. However you feel, whatever you're thinking about, send that part of you love and acceptance. Return to the sensation of the support beneath you. Return to your breath, your exhalation. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Just be. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. If it's time to transition, make small new movements with your fingers and toes, or wrists and ankles. And give yourself a full body stretch. Bending your knees. Roll to your side and be there. Let yourself rest for a moment. And slowly press your way up to a seat. A little from side to side, from front to back. And bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. And even though I feel how I do sometimes, I completely love and accept myself. And offer yourself kindness and compassion, love and peace. You are such an important part of the peace picture. Bring your palms together, Anjali Mudra, offering gratitude to yourself for your practice. The light in me sees and honors that light in you. Namaste. Such an honor to get to be with you today. And I so hope that you have a delightful rest of your